All right. It's April Fool's Day. Hopefully. Hold on, I gotta move some shit. Hopefully, you didn't get pranked. Or, if you did get pranked, I hope it was funny. I hope nobody got hurt today. But, let's see. So, today, I thought I'd try something a little different. I'm doing a Top Gun / Top Gun Maverick theme for this Hunger Games simulation. For those wondering, if you can see it up top there, the website, it's brainsteely.net, I think. It's a public website. Basically simulates the game, the Hunger Games, and you can use any character you want, as I've done here. You can also look at my previous 2 videos on this website. I did an Octonauts theme, and I did a My Hero Academia theme. I'm doing, as I've mentioned before, I'm doing a Top Gun / Top Gun Maverick theme. So, for districts, we have Goose and Maverick, Iceman and Slider, Merlin and Cougar, Viper and Jester, Phoenix and Bob, Hangman and Rooster, Omaha and Halo, Harvard and Yale, Payback and Fanboy, Coyote and Fritz, Warlock and Cyclone, and Charlie and Carol. Let's go. Oh, here we go. Let's do this. Alright. I do apologize in advance for any future coughing you may hear. I am dying. Not literally, but I'm sick. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. The bloodbath. As the tributes stand on their podiums, the horn sounds. Rooster runs away from the cornucopia. Warlock grabs a shield, leaning on the cornucopia. Fanboy Maybe we know how to English. Fanboy finds a canteen full of water. Viper scare... Here we go. Viper scares Halo away from the cornucopia. Bob takes a sickle from inside the cornucopia. Goose runs away from the cornucopia. Carol clutches a first aid kit and runs away. Slider grabs a shovel. Phoenix runs away from the cornucopia. Hangman grabs a shovel. Harvard clutches a kit and runs away. Jester runs into the cornucopia and hides. That's probably going to get him killed. Yale runs away from the cornucopia. Omaha grabs a jar of fishing bait while Iceman gets fishing gear. Cyclone breaks Charlie's nose for a basket of bread. You broke a woman's nose for a basket of bread? What? Cyclone, I thought you had a little more dignity than that. Jeez Louise. Coyote snatches a pair of sais. Merlin runs away from the cornucopia, as does Fritz and Payback. Maverick runs into the cornucopia and hides. And Cougar also runs away from the cornucopia. Damn, I'm dying. Alright, here's day 1. Jester travels to higher ground. Warlock attacks Bob, but he manages to escape. Carol poisons Goose's drink! He drinks it and dies! No! Carol, you can't just kill your own husband! What? What? mean, it's better than the other way he died. Cougar discovers a river. Coyote defeats Maverick in a fight but spares his life. Yeah, I imagine the 30-something-year-old man beats the 30-something-year-old man beats the 60-something-year-old man. Iceman picks flowers. Why am I not surprised? Halo and Cyclone work together for the day. Charlie overhears Rooster and Harvard talking in the distance. Okay. That says Merlin explores the arena. I read it as Merlin explodes the arena. Slider collects fruit from a tree. Phoenix kills Yale as he tries to run. That's wild. Fanboy tries to spearfish with a trident, and Viper injures himself. Well, that was kind of stupid, wasn't it? Hangman, Omaha, Fritz, and Payback hunt for other tributes. Rest in peace to Goose and Yale. You know, I was kind of hoping Goose didn't die on day one, but, I mean, you know. Anyways. Alright. Night 1. Hangman stays awake all night. Jester kills Slider for his supplies. Wow. That's wild. Phoenix begs for Coyote to kill her. He refuses, keeping Phoenix alive. I see he's got some dignity. Jeez. Rooster is awoken by nightmares. Yeah, probably from his mom murdering his dad! His mom murdered his dad! I'm not surprised he has nightmares! Golly! Watch, his mom's gonna come after him next. Cougar cooks his food before putting out his fire. Cyclone stabs Merlin while his back is turned. Jesus. A lot of murder this session. Iceman receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Warlock quietly hums. Omaha destroys Charlie's supplies while she is asleep. Carol thinks about winning. Yeah, you're probably also thinking about killing your son. Viper receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Maverick tends to his wounds. Fanboy questions his sanity. Me too, dude. Bob tries to treat his infection. Fritz defeats Payback in a fight, but spares his life. I have yet to see a fight happen and a life not be spared. Harvard cooks his food before putting his fire out. Halo falls into a pit and dies. Well, that sucks. Night 2. Here we go. Coyote steals from Cougar while he isn't looking. Jester picks flowers. Charlie injures herself. Iceman sees smoke rising in the distance but decides not to investigate. Carol picks flowers. Payback questions his sanity. Me too, dude. Bob and Viper split up to search for resources. Cyclone sees smoke rising in the distance but decides not to investigate. See, this is another thing. I have a lot of characters that see smoke rising in the distance but decide not to investigate. I have yet to have a character who investigates and have something happen to them. Harvard and Omaha split up looking for resources. Maverick steals from Fanboy while he isn't looking. Stealing from your students? Are we, Maverick? Warlock searches for a water source. Rooster thinks about home. Fritz shoots an arrow into Phoenix's head. Oh, she's dead now. Rest in peace to Slider, Merlin, Halo, and Phoenix. Alright. What the hell? What the hell? What? Alright. Night 2. Coyote cooks his food before putting a fire out. Coyote cooks his food before putting his fire out. Hangman sees a fire but stays hidden. I think it was Coyote's fire he might have seen. I don't know. Omaha destroys Viper's supplies while he is asleep. Payback stays awake all night. Rooster questions his sanity. Fanboy attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. Iceman, Fritz, and Cyclone cheerfully sing songs together. Maverick and Bob sleep in shifts. Warlock destroys Carol's supplies while she is asleep. That's what you get for killing your husband. I will never let her live that down, by the way. Jester and Charlie hold hands. Is that legal? I don't know. Cougar and Harvard receive fresh food from unknown sponsors. Day 3. Carol receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. I don't want to know what she's going to do with that hatchet. Hangman tries to sleep through the entire day. Rooster tends to Harvard's wounds. Cyclone makes a slingshot. Cougar questions his sanity. Jester makes a slingshot. Maverick convinces Warlock not to kill him, only for him to turn around and kill him instead. Homie said, April Fool! Oh my god. That's awful. I would have thought Maverick would have lasted longer. Oh, Jesus. Charlie searches for firewood. Viper collects fruit from a tree. Fritz is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Omaha tries to sleep through the entire day. Coyote collects fruit from a tree. Iceman tries to Iceman tries to spear a fish with a trident. Fanboy runs away from Bob. And Payback questions his sanity. A lot of sanity questioning. Oh no, it's Warlock that died! Oh, I understand. Okay. So, Maverick convinced Warlock not to kill him. But Maverick killed him anyways. But Maverick turned around and killed Warlock. Okay, hold on. I think I understand now. Okay, so Maverick convinces Warlock not to kill him. But then Maverick turns around and kills Warlock anyways. Okay. Here's everyone who's dead. Rest in peace, Warlock. Night 3. Cyclone receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Hangman tries to sing himself to sleep. Coyote and Iceman talk about the tribute still alive. Maverick tries to sing himself. You shake my nerves and you rattle my brain. Thinking about your love drives me mad. Why can't I sleep? Oh, man. Viper climbs a tree to rest. Omaha poisons Carol's drink but mistakes it for his own and dies. Damn, that's wild. Jester attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. Fritz quietly hums. Cougar. There we go. Cougar tries to... I'm having a stroke. That's what's happening here. Cougar attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. Charlie defeats Bob in a fight but spares his life. Fanboy and Harvard huddle for warmth. That's kind of gay. Rooster receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor, and Payback goes to sleep. Day 4. Hangman sets off an explosive, killing Fritz. Are you proud of yourself, Hangman? You just murdered a man. Maverick runs away from Coyote. Rooster goes hunting. Bob, Jester, and Harvard hunt for other tributes. Charlie collects fruit from a tree. Iceman stalks Viper. Cyclone tends to Carol's wounds. Fanboy stalks Cougar. Payback receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Rest in peace to Omaha and Fritz. Wait a minute, how did Omaha die? Wait a minute. Killing Fritz. Then wait a minute, how did Omaha die? Hangman sets off an explosive, killing Fritz. How did Omaha die? Here. Here's how Omaha died. He poisoned Carol. He tried to poison Carol's drink, but mistook it for his own. Like a dumbass. Iceman, Iceman, Maverick, Payback, and Carol sleep in shifts. Rooster tries to treat his infection. Oh, shit. Charlie shoots an arrow at Viper, but misses and kills Hangman instead. That's what you get for killing Fritz. Fanboy, Cyclone, Bob, and Harvard all tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood. Jester quietly hums. Cougar questions his sanity. Coyote cooks his food before putting out his fire. Carol discovers a river. Fanboy collects fruit from a tree. Charlie, Iceman, and Coyote successfully ambush and kill Maverick, Jester, and Rooster. Well, at least it wasn't his mom who killed him. It's still kind of sad, though. Cougar discovers a cave. Payback discovers a cave. Cyclone receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Bob scares Harvard off. Viper receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Rest in peace 2, Hangman, Maverick, Jester, and Rooster. Oh, we finally have our first 2 districts down. District 1 and District 6. Oh, and District 7! That must have happened last time. I didn't look. Iceman has 3 whole kills? That's wild. Coyote has 3 kills as well. Charlie has 4 kills! What is this? The women are savage. Oh yeah, I forgot Phoenix died really early on. I think all the girls are dead except for Charlie and Carol. Yeah, all the girls are dead except for Charlie and Carol. Okay. Cougar receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Cyclone and Payback talk about the tribute still alive. Fanboy, Viper, Charlie, Harvard, and... Nope, Charlie's not in that list. Come on now. Fanboy, Viper, Harvard, and Cyclone, Charlie, Carol sleep in shifts. Coyote forces Charlie to kill Iceman or Bob. She decides to kill Bob! No, not Bob! Not Bob! Man. Carol discovers a cave. Cougar sees smoke rising in the distance but decides not to investigate. Payback fishes. Viper receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Fanboy, Cyclone, Harvard, and Iceman hunt for other tributes. Coyote stalks Charlie. Arena event! A volcano erupts at the center of the arena. Coyote pushes Carol into the lava. That's what you get for fucking killing your husband, you bitch! Okay, no, but in all honesty, I really liked Carol in the movie. But then again, she did kill her husband. In this simulation, she did kill her husband. Anyways, Cougar survives. Viper dips his weapon into the lava and kills Fanboy with it. Payback pushes Iceman into the lava. Cyclone survives. Charlie is buried in ash, and Harvard survives. Rest in peace to Bob, Carol, Fanboy, Iceman, and Charlie. And then there were 6. So out of the original 24, there's only 6 still alive. Harvard receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Viper questions his sanity. Cyclone tries to treat his infections. Payback attempts to start a fire, but is unsuccessful. Coyote tends to his wounds. And Cougar receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Alright. The cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs from the family's tributes. Tributes families. Harvard decides not to go to the feast, as does Coyote. Viper severely injures Cyclone and puts him out of his misery. Oh. Payback decides not to go to the feast, and Cougar grabs as much food as he can before fleeing. Payback and Viper split up to search for resources. Harvard tends to Cougar's wounds. Coyote travels to higher ground. Rest in peace to Cyclone. And then there were 5. Payback is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth. Viper and Harvard hold hands. Cougar loses sight of where he is. He might need glasses. Coyote climbs a tree to rest. Day 8. Viper makes a slingshot. Payback questions his sanity. Harvard discovers a river. Cougar practices his archery, and Coyote picks flowers. Nobody died this round. Holy shit! Okay, hold on. Payback throws a knife into Coyote's chest. Cougar kills Harvard with a sickle, and Viper passes out from exhaustion. And then there were 3. Whoa, come back! My tablet just fell out of my hands. Cougar searches for firewood. Viper and Payback hunt for other tributes. And rest in peace to Coyote and Harvard. And then there were 3. Proceed. Cougar receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Viper sees a fire but stays hidden. And Payback is awoken by nightmares. Yeah, these last few days have been pretty tough for you, huh, Payback? Viper overhears Payback and Cougar talking in the distance. No one died. Aww! Cougar thinks about home. Payback dies of dysentery. So you basically pooped yourself to death. Gotcha. And Viper dies from starvation. Which means the winner is Cougar from District 3. Wow, that's wild. Who had the most kills? I guess how did Yale die? Oh. Yale died on the first night. That's depressing. Charlie had the most kills. That's surprising. Okay. Whoa! Okay, alright. Here's our placements. Starting from 24th place, we have Goose, Yale, Slider. Okay, starting from 24th place, we have Goose, Yale, Slider, Merlin, Halo, Phoenix, Warlock, Omaha, Fritz, Hangman, Maverick, Jester, Rooster, Bob, Carol, Fanboy, Iceman, Charlie, Cyclone, Coyote, Harvard, our top 3. In 3rd place, Payback. In 2nd place, Viper. And in 1st place, Cougar. Well, that's all I have for you guys. I hope you guys are enjoying the probably nice weather where you are. I know here in Indiana it's still really, really cold. Stay warm, stay cool, stay happy, stay healthy. And, yeah.